This is Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the St. Joseph River cuts through Johnny Appleseed Memorial Park. It's a quiet wooded place that disguises its urban location and a decent little fishery, home to sunfish, bass, channel cats, and even some saugeye, a walleye-sauger hybrid. If you don't live in Fort Wayne, you probably didn't know that. If you do live in Fort Wayne, well, you probably didn't know that. That's why the Indiana Department of Natural Resources started Fish the Fort, a program designed to teach Fort Wayne residents about the city's rivers and to get them out fishing.
What we're doing today, we initiated a Fishin the Fort program in 2008. What we want to do is evaluate the fisheries of Fort Wayne. We also want to help improve the fisheries of Fort Wayne, and finally we want to increase awareness among citizens of Fort Wayne that these fisheries opportunities exist and that they are here and accessible for them.
This month, DNR fisheries biologists are sampling this stretch of the St. Joseph to see just what's in there. Using a John boat, a generator, and about 500 volts of electricity, they slowly work up and down the banks of the St. Joseph, scooping up the stunned fish and placing them in tubs, blue for rough fish and green for game fish.
We'd like to see some smallmouth, which we did. We saw some nice sized smallmouth today. We also saw some saugeye, which we believe are coming from a St. Mary's hatchery in Ohio. They actually make their way up the St. Mary's River and into Fort Wayne. We saw those up to 24.5 inches, so they're running good size and about 6 pounds. So it's definitely surprising and definitely good to see.
Once the fish are collected, the biologists and naturalists go to work putting together an inventory of fish, from the biggest saugeye to the lowliest log perch. The game fish are sorted by species and individually weighed and measured.
Rough bass, 6'9".
A scale sample is taken so each fish's age can be determined back in the lab. The rough fish and minnow types are counted, an average weight is calculated, and all that information is carefully logged to give scientists an accurate picture of the fish community.
The natural catfish populations, natural smallmouth populations, as well as largemouth bass populations. They all seem to be reproducing. They're not in high numbers, and they're not necessarily big ones, but they're definitely in here.
Knowing what kind of fish survive and reproduce in the St. Joseph also raises questions about water quality and whether further work needs to be done to make the river a healthier habitat.
We're doing a couple evaluations on water quality as well as substrate and habitat. When we get back to the lab, we'll look at some of our numbers. There may be some issues we need to work on, and there may be some restoration that may need to take place in these waters.
Now that the science is underway, it's just a matter of letting the folks of Fort Wayne know what's there under the water in Johnny Appleseed Memorial Park.
We're going to tell them that these fisheries are here. They may not be in the best shape. We do see some sport fish, but not as many as we'd like or not as big as we'd like. And that's kind of where we come in, and we will work with the City of Fort Wayne and the Parks Department to determine the best way that we can go about improving these fisheries for them. So we will tell them there is some work to be done, but we're definitely here to start doing that work for them.
Oh, and the fish are released alive.
Oh, man. Down goes Craig.